Welcome Tiger fans to RHS Football 2024.
This is Mike White with Coaches Talk. We're here today with Coach Jordan Garner, head football coach of the Ripley High School Tigers. Coach, again, as always, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Mike.
Well, Coach, it's nice to be back after a homecoming win, a big homecoming win, 42-0 over Liberty. And give us your thoughts. I know there were some homecoming festivities and obviously the game. Tell us your thoughts about that.
Yes, sir. I mean, first I'd like to thank the community. Thank you all for coming out. We had a great bonfire, had a great game. I'd like to thank the student body, the faculty and staff, as they were great all week. You know, as they dressed up, they came out and had a great time. So we really did appreciate that and appreciate the energy. From a game standpoint, you know, we did everything that we pretty much wanted to do. Coming out early offensively, Liberty kind of gave us a look that they hadn't given us on film. So first drive was a little shaky because of some things that we needed to correct, but came to the sideline, knew what they were doing, corrected some things, and really went out and handled business. You know, we only put up 14 points in the first half, not quite what we wanted to do. Kind of missed a field goal there at the end, but second half we came out and scored on our only two possessions we had offensively, and then defense, of course, scored twice as well. So it's always nice when you can get that running clock there at the end of the game and get home a little early. So it absolutely went so far as planned.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's nice to get that that running clock when you're on the good side of it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We've been on the bad side of it several times through the decades, and it's nice to be on the other side. Liberty was, you know, I know that they're a young team, but they look like they had some good athletes. And, you know, they're just, I guess, very young, according to one of the coaches that I talked to. And so, you know, obviously they're not what they want to be this year. But I think they, you know, it looks like they're going to be a much better team down the road.
Yes, I think they are much improved. That new coaching staff over there is doing a great job. It's kind of interesting. Their starting quarterback missed the game against us, and the backup quarterback was the guy that was playing. But he threw some balls that made me think he was the starter. I mean, so they absolutely have some talent over there, and they have some good ball players, and they're absolutely going to be a force to be reckoned with in the coming years.
Well, it was great to get that win and get two in a row. And so now we move on toward the next game. But tell us how we came out as far as injury-wise after the game.
Injuries, we were good. We didn't have anybody that really got hurt during the game. Still had, you know, the running back that got banged up in practice last week, and Vernon Thompson. So he's still down this week as well. But other than that, we did not come out with any injuries in that game.
Well, I thought that that maybe you found a few things there that maybe you knew we had, but we didn't know that you had, because I saw number 15, TJ.
C.J. Johnson, yes, sir.
Yeah, I thought he played a good game.
Yes, CJ is a kid who came out late. He's been in baseball for the last 3 years, and just kind of decided at the last minute that he and another teammate of his wanted to come out and play football. And CJ absolutely is one of the best athletes in the school building, a kid who we've been asking to come play football for the last few years. So he kind of had a coming out party, especially on that second drive of the game. Is he absolutely got a chance to really show what he can do. So we definitely found something in CJ.
And then there was another guy. I can't remember his name now. Smaller white guy that it was really quick that I thought did a good job.
Number 18, Alex Caldwell. Yeah, Alex Caldwell. He's another one. Been playing baseball the last 3 years. I told Alex this. I remember when Alex had his 8th grade graduation, he was coming out of the gym, and I was like, Alex, come play football for us. Nah, I think I'm going to play baseball. So glad to have Alex and CJ both finally come out and play football, even if it is for a year. They definitely add something to this football team and are a big help that we really need.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that they had a lot of athleticism and maybe not quite as versed in the game of football as you'd obviously like for them to be, but just sheer talent. Kind of reminds me a little bit of looking back a few years maybe at Barham. Somebody like that.
Yes, it's very, very similar to Gage. Gage was one of those best athletes in the building who only played baseball, who finally would come out to play football, and he definitely made an impact in the 2 years that he was here. So they're very similar to that. That's why we always want to have baseball kids on the football team as well, because we understand they're good athletes and they absolutely can add to this football team.
Well, a surprise for me, last week we had talked about obviously going to Martin Westview this week. And they were facing a 4A school that I think was ranked 3rd or 4th or something like that in the state in the top 5. And they kind of manhandled them according to the score.
They did. Dyer County came out and kind of got after them early as they put some hits on the quarterback, put a couple of drives together and scored some points. But at the end of the day, Westview ended up kind of rolling along and getting through them. So, we've watched a lot of that film as we've watched really every film that Westview's played from the time they've had their first scrimmage to now. So, we've seen a lot of the things that they can do, but it was kind of a surprise for us as well. We expected kind of a better game from them in Dyers County, but, didn't quite go as expected.
Well, I know I'd heard some people say around West Tennessee that they didn't think that Westview would be physical enough to play with them. And of course, I haven't seen the game, but I don't know if they stayed with them physically or they out-finessed them or what they did, but they did something.
They out-finessed them and they got physical with them. I talked to a coach from Dyer County earlier who's a good friend of mine, and he was telling me, he really thinks their defense is better than their offense. And when you can say that about a team that's putting up, 60 points a game, that's a bold statement. So,
scary too.
It is a bit scary, but, they absolutely are a good football team, but we are really looking forward to the challenge.
Well, speaking of that, of course, we will go into an undefeated Westview and, take on a team that's ranked, I think, 3rd or 4th in the state, something like that. Hadn't lost a game, scored a bunch of points in every game. And, I was really looking to see, and maybe Dyer County wasn't able to do that, but I was really looking to see a defense put some pressure on the quarterback because even though I don't know how much of the game he played, but I think he had 4 touchdowns in the first half.
He did. He did play the entire football game, and they did get some hits on him early, not as many hits on him late. So, he's not necessarily battle-tested. He is a freshman, so he's a 14, 15-year-old kid out there who hasn't seen a lot of high school football. So, that's one thing that we want to do is get after him. And, with our defense, we've got some guys up front, some linebackers that really can go about getting after him, and that's going to be a big key for us. If we can get pressure on the quarterback, we like what we have in our secondaries. We have a lot of athletes back there that can cover passes and pick balls off. So, for us, if we can get pressure and we can go ahead and really try to negate as much as we can their passing game and make them run the football, then, we like our chances to win this football game.
Well, it's obviously going back to your hometown.
Yes.
Playing there, and I know, at least I would think you'd want to win. You want to win when you go back to visit your hometown. I mean, I guess it'd be kind of like Heupel did last weekend at Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
And you want to go in there and come out with a win. In kind of hostile territory.
Absolutely. It's funny. We went down there when they played Dresden that first game of the year. And, I had a lot of friends who were there. And they told me, hey, you better watch out. This might not be what you want when y'all get down here. Student section had something to say as we were on our way out. Hey, Ripley, we'll see y'all soon. So we really do want to go in there and win this football game. For me personally, absolutely, I want to go home and get a win. But like I told the guys this week, Ripley is home. Ripley is where I want to be. And I think, for us, we have a great football team. We have the potential to go in and beat those guys. So we really look forward to going in and upsetting everybody, kind of changing the narrative. Everybody wants to talk about how great Westview is. Well, let's have them talk about us for once.
Absolutely. Well, everybody knows about their quarterback, Graham, and but I don't know. Obviously he's got some good receivers around him. He must have a pretty good offensive line to be able to get the kind of numbers he's got put up so far this year. What else can you tell us about their team? Obviously, you mentioned that their defense was, according to some coaches, better than their offense. So what can you tell us about that?
Oh, well, they do. Like you said, offensively, they've got a wide receiver in Dantes Joy who's really good. He's one heck of a playmaker, a kid that you're probably going to see play on Saturdays. Their running back's a sophomore, Asa Barnes, who's a really good player as well. Defensively, really to me, their best three players defensively is they have a defensive tackle who's a freshman who makes plays. I think last time I checked, he's leading their team in tackles right now. So,
wow.
Drake Hickman is his name, and he's a really good football player up front. And then their two middle linebackers, I remember them very well from last year. I think one was a freshman last year and one was a sophomore last year, and they were everywhere. So, those middle linebackers and that defensive tackle are the two that you really got to try to hold down and keep away. And really, if we can keep those three guys in check, I like our chances to really score points and win the game at the end of the day.
Well, it sounds like we might be going over the top, or we might be going on the outer edges or something like that.
Yes, sir. The edge is where we definitely want to be.
Well, Coach, I know it's going to be a great game, a great environment to play anytime we go up there and get to play in a college atmosphere stadium. It's going to be it's going to be something we don't get to do on a regular basis. So we want to invite everybody to come out and come to Martin Westview and come and help cheer the Tigers on and get this third win in a row and upset the Chargers. So, Coach, we look forward to it. Wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you on the sideline.
See you there, Mr. Mike.
Thank you, Coach. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tiger TV and WTRB's live broadcast over Ripley High School football, brought to you here from Martin, Tennessee, where the Tigers are taking on the Westview Chargers in this regional matchup. This is Mike White along with Tracy Crazy Horse Henson, and we are here to bring you all the live action on this rainy Friday night. We've got some brave souls from the Tigers faithful that made it out, and they're over on the stands in their umbrellas and wetsuits, but we're not far from getting ready to kick off. The Tigers are all lined up on their side of the field, getting ready for the meeting of the captains.
Yes, looks like it's going to be a messy ball game with the wind blowing the way it is and the way the rain is coming down like it is. It's going to be a sight to behold.
Well, as you mentioned, it's going to be a wet game and probably a sloppy game, but it's not going to be a muddy game.
No, it ain't going to be muddy
because we're playing on turf, and as Coach Garner said about the game, he said, this hopefully the rain and the wind will work in our favor because they obviously pass the ball a lot, and so we'll see how everything plays out. Anything can happen any given night in high school football, but when you've got weather, that's a big factor too. That really adds another dimension to it.
Yeah, it does, and especially with the way it looks like the wind blowing out of the north.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And the flag here at Westview is just going crazy with the wind, and but tonight for us to get a win, we got to hold on to the ball. We got to put pressure on Graham, the quarterback for Westview, and maybe the Tigers can come out here with a win.
Well, I didn't see who won the toss, but whoever won deferred.
Deferred in the second half.
So it appears that Ripley won and they deferred, and no, yes, that's right. So Westview will be receiving, and Ripley will go on defense first.
Yeah, we're going to see just how good Graham Simpson is.
Yeah, we'll get a good look at him often tonight, and of course he's just a freshman, so we'll probably see him another 3 years after this.
Yeah, I believe Oregon, when he was in the 7th grade, offered him a scholarship. I believe, Mike. I believe that's
I've heard that. Now tonight, Sammy Smith's not going to be here, our starting quarterback, because he's actually he's at home sick with COVID. And so he's out, and so Austin Thompson, AT3, will be starting, my understanding, at quarterback tonight. And also Vernon Thompson is still out with an injury, and I think C.J. Johnson, who played for him last week, is going to be running in the running back slot tonight. So got a few little things changed up, but hey, we're going to roll with what we got.
Now, I did see a number 23 out there on the field. Now, I don't know if that's Thompson, just somebody else wearing Thompson's jersey tonight, or if that's so.
Well, that was Wednesday when I talked to the coach, so maybe he got better and is able to come back and play in this game, or maybe they got him dressed out just in case they need him in a certain situation. We'll see as everything unfolds. But we are looking forward to getting this game underway. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. They've got it teed up, and we're just ready for the referees to blow it into play.
I'm going to say this for far as Martin Westview. I don't think I've seen a prettier stadium yet than where we're at. Of course, it's the home of the UT Martin Skyhawks. So,
Number 3 miles right.
very nice stadium, very nice, cordial people that we've been talking to tonight up here.
Yeah, ran into somebody from Nankypoo.
Nankypoo.
And I knew some of his relatives, and so it was nice to get to talk to him for a few minutes before the game. I grew up in Memphis, but lives here in Martin now. All right, I've got the ball teed up. We're getting ready to kick it away. And Crawford to kick off. Fans all around the world, it's kickoff time in Tiger Town as it is kicked low and hits one of the Chargers in the shins and bounces off, but one of the other Chargers recovers it at about the 35-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Westview Chargers as we get ready for the first offensive play of this game.
Yeah, looking forward to this. It's exciting, and Tigers got a big win last week over Liberty. I hope they can get a big win tonight.
This would be a huge one to get this one. All right, the Chargers have 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. And they hand the ball to the running back going right up the middle. And he breaks a couple of tackles and picks up about 4 yards out to around the 40-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and about 6. Back up to the line already. This time 3 wide to the left. Quarterback's looking to throw. He's got a little swing pass he's looking for. Now he's looking downfield, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right. Now he throws it away. As a good job by the Tigers cover team as they covered him down the field, and we put a little pressure on him, ran him out of the pocket, so he throws an incompletion. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
I didn't see an intended receiver on that side. Maybe I probably didn't see him.
I didn't see him
when he threw the ball away, so they don't get a flag on that.
Well, we've gotten one for that before, hadn't we? Okay, 2 wide to the right, 1 in motion. They hand the ball to the man in motion. Jet sweep coming this way, trying to get outside and tackled short of the 1st down. He's going to be tackled at about the 44-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards short. So it'll be the first 4th down play for Westview, and they get back up to the line. Looks like they're going to go for it unless they try to pull us off. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Double wing. Trying to pull us off. And then they snap it, run right up the gut. Got the 1st down. He breaks into the linebacker level and gets across the 50 down to the 46-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who that was that guy who was hurdled. Number 4 for the Tigers. They was able to bring him down.
Again, they're right back up to the line of scrimmage. They'll send 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left at the Tiger 46-yard line. They hand the ball to the running back trying to get outside on the right side. He runs into number 40 and he brings him down. He twists forward for another couple of yards. Looked like he was going to pick up 1. He ended up probably getting 3 out of it. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Tackled by number 40, Capero.
Westview Chargers doing a good job with that no huddle.
And then they're right back up again. This time they're going to have 2 wide, 3 wide to the right. Quarterback still trying to pull us off, and he's going to snap it, hand it to his running back, going right up the gut. And not much. He ran into the teeth of that Tiger defense, and he might have picked up a yard or a yard and a half at the most.
It looked like number 56 was in on that play for the Tigers.
Back up to the line now for the Chargers. Man in motion. He comes back in tight. One wide to the left. Hand the ball to the running back, starts inside, breaks it back outside, off left tackle, and he picks up right across the first down mark. Looks like he's going to have it by about a yard, and they're going to say he's at the 35-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 with 9:45 to go in the first quarter. No score. First offensive drive for Martin Westview, and I think there's a flag on the play.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
And it is, so that it's against Westview, so that'll bring it back, and it'll negate that first down. It's going to be 3rd and
Look, about 9. Isn't
no,
it?
about 11.
About 11.
9:35, first quarter, opening drive. Referees come in and stop play. The starting defense for the Tigers tonight, defensive end, is Jonathan Holcomb, number 63, and Will Rose, number 56. The nose guard is 99, Bryant Stephanie. And we'll get back to live action. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Wing to the left and the right. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it to his running back in. Got a nice hole right up the seam, and he breaks for about 8 yards, right close to the first down marker. It looks like he might be about a yard short. So it's going to bring up 4th and about 1. Inside linebackers are number 42, Jaquin Robertson, and 40, Dalton Rogers. And they snap the ball again and go off left side on 4th down try, and they get it. So it moves the sticks again inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. This is a sustained drive, but no big long passes yet.
No.
But they may come out and fool us with that after kind of lulling us to sleep with a run. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion. They hand the ball to the running back going up the middle, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. They may give him a half a yard, but that's going to be it. It'll be 2nd down and almost 10. Outside linebacker, number 24, Jamari Jarrett, and number 7, Austin Thompson. The cornerbacks are Justin Henning, and Terrion Curry. Safeties are J.Q. Hurdle and Jalen Graves. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Westview takes a snap, hand to the running back, going right up the gut. He breaks right through. He gets the first down and gets inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. We had somebody, I'm not sure who it was, when he burst through the center of the line, he came into just a lot of space, and we had a chance to tackle him earlier and we didn't. And they handed off the right side, and he gets down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line, where it'll bring up 2nd and about 4.
Yeah, that was Jalen Graves and Hurdle on that tackle before this.
All right, back up to the line. Westview sends 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Man in motion. They hand it to the man in motion, trying to come this way. Hit hard by number 4, Hurdle. He still twists forward and picks up a couple of yards, maybe down to the 5. If he did, that's about a yard short of the first down. That appears to, a penalty against Westview. It's a 5-yard penalty, so it'll back them up. It'll be 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 from the 13-yard line.
I didn't even see what the penalty was.
I didn't either. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And they hand the ball to the running back, starts right into the gut. And he bursts forward for about 5 or 6 yards, right up the middle, down to the 7-yard line. And they're right back up on the line of scrimmage with 2 wide right, 1 to the left. They hand the ball to the running back, going right up the gut. And he fights forward, keeps fighting. Tigers fighting back with him. I think he's definitely short of the touchdown, but I think he got a first down. He did. So it'll be 1st and goal for Westview at the 3-yard line. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. And the ball to the running back. And he's going to go in off the left side. So with 7:17 to go in this opening quarter, Westview draws first blood, up 6-0.
Yeah, the Westview Chargers are doing a great job with that, getting up to the line quick and really catching our defense off guard.
Well, it keeps you from being able to make substitutions, that's for sure. All right, and as they go for 2 and they go off the left side and they win, that was kind of that swinging gate. And they get 2 right off the bat, so now they're on top of the Tigers by a score of 8-0 with 7:17 to go in the first. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. 7:17 to go in the first quarter. The Westview Chargers up 8-0 on their first offensive drive. They kept the ball. So far, all of this first quarter, the Tigers are getting ready to receive the kickoff, and we'll get our offense out there and see what we can do. Our starting lineup for the offense is left tackle is John Baines, left guard is Hunter Kraft, center is Justin Benjamin, right guard is Will Rose, Dalton Wilson is the right tackle. Wide receivers are Mabin and Hurdle, C.J. Johnson and Alex Caldwell. Running backs is DeMarcus Barnes, and the quarterback tonight is Austin Thompson, AT3. All right, they're lined up and ready to kick the ball off. Ripley's back, ready to receive. And here's the kick. And it's a short end-over-end kick. It's going to hit at the 25, be taken at the 20, coming to the near side of the field, gets across the 25, trying to get outside, and gets up to about the 29-yard line, that's where Tigers will go on offense first and 10.
That was Dylan Parrish, the junior, number 15 on that. He got, I don't know how many yards, but he got a good block there in front.
I was thinking that was that C.J. Johnson that was wearing number 15.
Oh, okay.
Because they changed it last week, but I don't have him listed here. All right, here come the Tigers. They break the huddle. They'll send one wide to the right, or to the left, and a wing to the left. Running backs to either side of Thompson, who's the quarterback. Puts a man in motion. And the ball goes through his hands, and he's going to pick it up and be smothered back at about the 20-yard line. He's going to lose about 9 yards on that first play. I don't know if he took his eyes off the ball before he secured it or if it's just wet and slipped through. That's not the way, again, almost every game on our first offensive series, we start behind the sticks.
Yeah, and
so here we go. We're going to start it this time. We'll be at the 21-yard line. So we lose about 8. One wide to the right. Wing to the left. And Thompson takes it himself, going around the left side, starts outside, inside, breaks it outside, and does not get back to the line of scrimmage. They stretch it out and are able to bring him down before we can get outside.
yeah.
Tackle by number 5, Ace Barnes. It's third.
Yeah, we got to do a better job on that offensive line in front, getting a bigger push.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 19. Ball at the 20-yard line. One wide to the left. H back to the right. AT in the gun. Takes the ball, hands it off to his running back, number 1, and he gets not quite back to the line of scrimmage again. Going to lose another yard. So we're going to go back about another yard. It's going to be 4th down. We started at about the 34, and we've gone back to the 19. So the Tigers will send their punt unit on.
Yeah, not a very good start for the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like every game, whether it's the quarterback, whether it's the center, whether it's somebody jumping off sides, we're making mental mistakes, early in the game. And, we just put ourselves behind the 8 ball. If we could eliminate those, we'd give ourselves a lot more chance to be in some of these ball games. All right, here's the snap. And we get a pretty good punt off. It hits and takes a really good Tiger rolls. It rolls across the 50 and the 40 and rolls inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. So a great punt that time by the Ripley Tiger punter, Will Maynard, as he gets the ball. He kicked it from about his 20, so it was a 20 down to around the, 25. Nice long punt.
Yes, it was. A great punt by Maynard, but we're going to have to step it up, Mike.
Yeah, we got to play defense now.
Oh, they got Big Chicken out there on the nose guard.
All right, they'll send 2 wide to either side and 1 back in the backfield with Graham. He stands to his left. Takes a snap, hands it to him. He fights around and dances around and waits on his block and going up the middle and does a good job as he picks up about 5 about 6 yards. And now they back it back up.
Number 4, Hurdle.
Well,
Westview just doing a good job.
that's a flag against Westview.
Oh, wow.
That's the reason they're taking it back. So it's a legal procedure against Westview. So that'll back them up. And for once they'll be behind the sticks, it'll be 1st and 15.
Yeah, but they do such a good job on their offensive front, getting a good push, getting a good block.
One wide to the left, one wide to the right. Now they send another one out wide to the right. Graham takes a snap, hands it to his fullback. He goes inside, breaks it outside, breaks a couple of tackles, and it's going to be brought down about the 25-yard line. Or, let's see, across the 25.
Number 24, Garrett.
See where they spot the ball. It's going to be out across the 25.
He didn't get much.
He got out to about the 26. So, yeah, you're right. That was basically no gain. Good job by the Tiger defense. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Man in motion. And they hand it to the running back right up the middle, and they didn't fool the Tigers at all that time. They faked it to the man in motion because they'd been giving it to him on jet sweep, and they handed it to the running back, and they pick up maybe a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 9.
I think it was hurdled in on that tackle too.
Back up to the line, wide outs to either side, 2 to the right. Graham takes a snap, drops straight back, looking, throws a screen pass. It's complete. And we bring him down. Good job. We get him at the 30. So it's going to bring up 4th down and about 6 or 7 yards for the first. And I think I see the punt unit for the first time come in tonight for the Chargers.
Good job on the Tiger defense.
Absolutely.
I mean, they did an outstanding job. Now, if our offense can just catch up with the defense.
Yeah, give credit where credit's due. The defense did a great job then.
So it's good to see Justin Cruz here tonight.
Yeah, it was. We got to see him. They got their second win last night, had a big win. And I saw him downstairs before he came up, and he was kind of loving on all the kids, man. I was so glad to see him. All right, here we get ready for the snares, a snap and the punt. It's high, not very long. It's going to hit about the 45. It's going to take a great roll, as it's going to roll inside the 30 to about the 27, 28-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will go back on offense at the 27-yard line with 2:49 to go in the first. The Chargers on top of the Tigers 8-0.
I got to say the defense for the Tigers has been 98% good. I mean, stellar this year.
Yeah, most of the year the defense is what kept us in games. One wide to the right. Everybody else in tight for the Tigers. Got an H-back to the left. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Quarterback takes a snap. He's just going to run himself going off the left side. That's Thompson. And he's met just about the line of scrimmage, and that's about all he's going to get is back to the line of scrimmage where he'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, we're going to have to pass it.
We'll have to do something different. If we're going to run it, we're going to have to block better.
It is number 32.
Got to give them a hold. 2nd down, they say it's 2nd and 10.
So he got no gain.
No gain. All right, the Tigers will break the huddle. They'll send one wide to the right. H-back to the left, running backs to either side of the quarterback. Take a snap, they hand it to the running back. Going off the left side, he runs into a pile right at the line of scrimmage again, probably going to be for no gain and bring up 3rd and 10. Yeah, we got to block better. We got to give our offensive linemen some help too. We've got to get outside and we got to go over the top some to be able to make the defense not expect to run every play.
Yeah. I mean, you keep going left tackle, right tackle, and up the middle. I mean, a second grader will catch on to that.
You're right. 1:35 to go in this first quarter. Westview 8, Ripley 0. One wide to the left, wing to the left. Thompson in the gun, takes a snap, hands it to his running back, trying to get outside, and he gets back. There's going to be a flag, and hopefully that'll be against them, but it's in an area where you would expect a hold. Yep, it's going to be against us. So it was going to be 4th and about 8 or 9. So it's probably if they decline it, well, let's see what they do. And they do decline it. That's what I figured. So that'll make it 4th and 9.
I tell you something, that we was lucky that we didn't get caught on the other side because our receiver on the other side was offside. And he had a line judge standing right there beside him. He didn't call it.
Wow. So the Tigers punt unit will come on. And Maynard will stand back at about his 14-yard line. Only one person back deep. So they may come after this one. They do. And he does a good job. It's going to be roughing the punter. Well, we get a first down. Yeah. He got the ball away. He did a fantastic job of just getting the ball away. But while his foot was in the air, get it, Ripley. Ripley has a chance to recover it down on the far end. And I think Ripley got on it. They mishandled it. And Ripley should have the ball because we can decline that roughing the punter. And instead of getting the ball with 15 yards down, from the 25 to the 40, we can have it down at the other 35-yard line.
Yeah, but we got to do something.
26-yard line.
We got to do something here. Either get a touchdown or kick a field goal.
Yeah, we don't need to come out of this one empty-handed with no points at all. So it was kind of a free play, and the defense, the receiving team, mishandled the ball, and the Tigers were able to get on it, and so they get the ball back at the 20, looks like about the 27-yard line, or maybe 28. The Tigers will have it 1st and 10, new set of drives in Westview territory. There's a timeout taken on the field. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them and be back right after this. We are back, and it was actually offsetting penalties, and so instead of Ripley having the ball or getting the move the ball up with the first down, since it was offsetting, we go back and just replay 4th down again and just punt over. So it's 4th and 9 for Ripley. They are back at their 27-yard line as Maynard gets ready to punt the ball away. Gets a high snap, but gets it down, gets a high, nice punt, and they call for a fair catch. And he fumbles it too. And let's see if we can get on it. Looks like the ball is a scramble for it, and we get it this time. And we get it inside the 25-yard line, close to the 20-yard line. And again, that's what those wet balls do sometimes.
That's right. But thank the Lord it worked in our favor.
Yeah, the ball, he called a fair catch, and the ball hit him on his shoulder pad and bounced out. And then there was kind of a scramble for it, and the Tigers came up with it. So they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 20, let's see, what is it, 20, it's like 23-yard line. All right, the Tigers got new life into this offensive drive, trailing 8-0 with 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Tigers will send one wide to the left, H-back to the right. Take the snap to hand it to the running back, and he just eat up right as soon as he tries to turn it up off tackle. And
I think he slipped too, Mike, because he was.
He may have.
As he was getting ready to turn, his feet went out from under him.
All right, so we lose about a yard on that, and it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Defensively, I think both teams are doing a great job.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, 19 seconds to go until the end of the first. Ripley will send 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right, 1 running back to Thompson's right. 8 seconds. We get the snap off, and we fumble the ball. It's again, you've got a running back and a quarterback that hadn't worked together much, and as Thompson went to hand the ball off to Barnes, bumped into each other. The ball ends up on the ground, and we end up losing about 5 or 6 yards.
That's the end of the first.
So, let's see, it's going to be the ball. We're going to lose back about 5 or 6 yards, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter here. So at the end of one, it's Westview 8, Ripley 0, and we'll be back with the second quarter right after this. Starting to begin of the second quarter, Ripley will have the ball. It's going to be 3rd down and about 15. The ball is going to be spotted at the 30-yard line of Westview. The Tigers have it. They trail 8-0. It's 3rd down and 16. Ripley has 2 wide to either side. Quarterback takes a snap, and as a flag comes out early. And let's see what they call it. Would guess a procedure. All sides on the defense, so we'll get 5 of those yards back. So it'll be 3rd and 11 now.
Well, that's working in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, they've actually gotten more penalties on them tonight than we have, which is unusual.
Very unusual.
Especially when you're traveling to somebody else's house.
Like I said earlier, this is a beautiful facility.
Absolutely. You get spoiled coming to a place like this.
I know it.
All right. 2 wide to either side again. 3rd and 11. Thompson takes a snap. He's going to throw it out, and it almost picked off, but it's complete, but for basically no gain.
Yeah, he was down. The ball come out, but he was already down.
Yeah. So it's going to be 4th and 11. This would be about close to a 40-yard field goal, so it looks like we're going to go for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to punt or kick the ball too in this kind of condition because that plant foot, if it doesn't get set, then you just can't kick the ball. And a lot of times it'll slide out from under you. All right, Tigers are going for it on 4th, trailing by 8 with 11 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. Tigers send 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Thompson in the gun. Takes a snap, back straight up, looking to throw. He's got a man downfield, and in and out of the hands. I believe that was Hurdle. It actually went through his hands, I think, and hit him in the face mask. And no, that was, who was that? Hurdle. And it was at the 10-yard line, so it would have been a 1st down. Again, wet ball. So
Yeah, and it was thrown quite a bit high.
it was thrown a little high, but he got it. He touched it with both his hands, and it went through his hands. It looked like from here, and hit him in the face mask or in the helmet, and bounced off. So the ball goes over on downs. Westview will have it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 1 wide to the left. Everybody else in tight. It's a little swing pass coming out to the near side. Breaks the 1st tackle. The 2nd and 3rd tacklers get him right across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down 7.
Westview slowing down the pace of the offense now.
2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback's going to hand it to his running back. Starts inside and breaks it outside. Nothing on the inside. And almost a great open field tackle. Now he reverses field and comes back and goes up the middle and picks up. He gets across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And so that's going to be a nice gain of, it's going to make it 3rd down and 1. It was about a 6-yard pickup. They hand the ball again to the running back, and he's got the 1st down going off the left side. He got it down across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. That's enough to move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10.
Number 7, Thompson, set the 1st community bank, 1st down.
Two wide to the left, and I believe there's stoppage of play. Ripley takes a timeout. We'll take it with him and be back right after this. 10:07 to go in this 2nd quarter. Ripley trails Westview. Westview has the lead 8-0, and they have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. I want to give a shout out to my mom, Joyce Dunaway. She's listening to us tonight. I always say if you don't have but one fan or one person cheering for you, it'll always be your mom. Always be grateful for your mom.
That's right.
2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Wing to the right. Simpson takes a snap, drops straight back. Looking to throw downfield, got a man over the middle and got a man long downfield. And a great job there by the Tiger defense knocking it down at the last second.
Number 8.
11, I thought. But, I mean, that was a really well-thrown ball, and the Tigers did, and I think you're right, it's a single number. And
If it is, that's Justin Henning. He's a junior.
whoever it is, he did a really great job knocking that ball down to the last minute. This time it's going to be 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Simpson in the gun. Takes a snap. fakes a handoff, throws a little swing pass out, and hit it in the backfield and fumbles, but he gets back on it, but he's going to lose about 7 or 8 yards. And that is number 8. Henny.
Yeah, Henny. Yeah. He's a junior.
Yeah. So they lose about 7 or 8 yards back to the 30-yard line. And it'll make it 3rd down and about 15 or so. 18 according to the scoreboard. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Chargers takes a snap. Looking to throw. He's trying to get a man one-on-one downfield. And in and out of the hands, we had pretty good coverage on him. But the ball was thrown exactly where it needed to be, hit him right in the hands, and it falls incomplete. So it's going to bring up 4th now and 18 for Westview, and we'll see them in the punt again.
I'll say this for us. Tonight's been the best night. Of course, it's on a rainy night, a windy night. That's been the best coverage I've seen as far as our backs getting back and covering the receivers.
And we do have an extra defensive back in and 1 less linebacker, so that makes it a little easier for it to cover, but it also makes it a little harder to stop the run. So take the good with the bad, and they get the punt away. And it's going to
just let it go.
Bounce and takes a heck of a roll as it rolls down inside the 20 to the 14-yard line. So they get a great roll at the end of that punt. And it does fall, or the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at about their own 14-yard line. Yeah, you might have saved 15 yards if you catch it, but if you fumble it, you give the ball back to them.
That's right. And like I said, our defense is playing lights out, but our offense needs to block better, and because we're in this ball game.
Yeah, it was still 9 minutes to go in the second half. They're only up by 1 touchdown and an extra point. So the Tigers could, with a touchdown and an extra point, they'd be behind 1, or they could go for 2 and tie it up. But we got to get moving down this field first.
Yeah, we do.
Ripley sends 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And there's some miscommunication.
Tigers.
Yeah, it was some miscommunication. I think Thompson thought somebody was supposed to be in motion. He kept trying to get somebody to go in motion, and he never would. And so they just called a timeout. Yeah, we got to give a shout out. We always, whenever we come up here and play, we always try to go through Real Foot and eat up there at Boyette's. And we made that little hike today, and man, it was worth the extra time. We left early.
Man, what you talking about? I don't know how much. I ate 4 fish and a whole plate of ham.
About?
And a bowl of
green beans, slaw, onion rings.
Well, I didn't eat that many. I think I ate 3 or 4 onion rings. But man, it was good.
It was good. And my understanding is we're working on next year getting Union City and Obion County in on the schedule, and maybe dropping off Southside and St. Benedict's. I don't think anything is in concrete yet, but I like if I got to go away, I like to come up this way because I like to eat at Real Foot. I'll take any excuse. All right, it's going to be 1st down for Ripley at their own 14-yard line. They'll send 2 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Wing to the right. Man in motion. Thompson takes a low snap, and he breaks the first tackle as he gets around the end, and then he fumbled the ball at the end, and he did get back on it, and it looks like it's real close to the 1st down marker.
I noticed
it's going to be about a yard short, so it's a nice 8 or 9 yard pickup.
I was going to say the refs are doing a good job of keeping those balls as dry as they can.
Well, it looks like it might be a fumble. It is. A fumble, a penalty. It's a procedure penalty against Ripley, so that's going to negate that 9-yard run and back them up 5 yards. So basically, you lose 13 yards on that play.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're on the 9-yard line.
All right, let's go, guys. I'm going to give a shout out to Miss Coach Rachel. She's listening to us tonight. Appreciate her tuning in. That's Miss Coach Rachel Garner.
Yes.
The music lady.
The music lady, a great piano player, great singer, just a good friend.
The Tigers send 2 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Man in motion. And they hand it to the man in motion, and he is tackled.
The fumble.
Did he fumble too? I know they got us behind the line of scrimmage. We lose back about 2 more yards, and so it's going to be about 2nd and 17, 16, and or excuse me, yeah, 2nd and about 16 according to the scoreboard, and we're back at the 8-yard line. You got to get going the other direction. We're going south. We need to go north.
Yeah.
Again, 8-0 with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ripley trails at this time the Chargers. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Take a snap, quarterback does, and hits off the left side, and he picks up a few yards. A nice hole there by the Tigers, and he picks back up. Maybe not as much as I thought he did. I guess he ran more yards sideways than he did up and down the field. Picks up a yard, so it's going to make it. According to the scoreboard, it's going to make it 3rd and 14.
Well, that's a yard more than what he had.
Yeah, we'll take everything we can get.
That's the way their play clocks were working. We had play clocks at Ripley, but ours didn't work last time.
No, they hadn't worked. I don't know if they've worked this year. All right, 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. It's a toss sweep, and he mishandles the ball. It goes over his head, and I think they get on it. And they do. They'll have the ball first and goal at about the 4-yard line. It was a toss sweep. Thompson tossed it, and it looked like it kind of maybe hit on the running back shoulder pad or ear hole, and just didn't lead him quite enough. And again, when you've got somebody that comes in and tries to do a good job, but hadn't been the quarterback for the whole season up to this point, it just it takes a while for things to gel. Well, and so now the Chargers are in great position for them to add to the score.
We got a Tiger down on the far sideline. I don't know who it is.
I hadn't seen a number yet.
I'm going to give a shout out to both my friends that's listening tonight. Thank you so very much.
What's that name?
Leroy and Sam.
Oh, okay.
And Billy Rogers Plumbing, Heating and Air. Coach K. Bill, sponsored by Cadillac.
Well, it's 7:09 to go in the second quarter. We're under an injury timeout. And Ripley trails 8-0, but they just turned the ball over. And the ball at the Tiger 5-yard line, so it's 1st and goal from the 5 when play resumes.
Trying to get some scores. I know last night a lot of teams played. I think Dyersburg beat Northside 38-26. I believe that's right.
Dresden won last night.
Yeah, Dresden beat Humboldt last night.
Milan beat Huntington.
Yeah, but they beat them, I think 28-7 or something like that.
And then Lexington beat Southside.
Beat Southside.
So injured player is still down. Now, again, we can't get a number on that, but here he goes. They're getting him up now. Looks like hopefully he'll leave under his own power. He's kind of he's a little gimpy there. He's trying to walk it off, but he's got a little hitch in his giddy up. So anyway, play will resume. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Chargers after a Tiger mishandled the ball. The Tigers did, and gave them the ball in a fumble recovery at the Tiger 5-yard line. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. And they hand the ball to the running back. He goes right up the gut, and they had it clogged up in the middle, but he bounces it outside and picks up a yard or 2. He only got to get 5, and if you get 2 yards of play, you're in the end zone.
Yeah.
And they say he gets down to about the 3. So it would be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line with 1 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Quarterback takes a snap. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to run straight ahead. And he burst into the end zone for a touchdown with 6:35 to go. They now open up a 14-0 lead against the Tigers after the Tigers gave them a short field, 5 yards to work with. The Tigers, mishandled the ball, which it is wet, but, our ball's not any wetter than theirs.
That's right, and especially when you have somebody in there playing, Mike, that's never played in that position. Well, I say he might have played in the middle school or whatever, but in high school.
We get ready for the point after. This time they are lined up to go for one. They try to pull us off, snap, hold, kick, up, good. So with 6:35 to go, second quarter, the Chargers on top 15-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. 6:35 to go in the second quarter. The Chargers on top 15-0 after a Tiger turnover at the 5-yard line. So they score, get the extra point, lead 15-0 as we get ready to receive the ball after the Westview Chargers kickoff.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that but it looks like the ball either hit his helmet or hit his shoulder pads, and of course it bounced off, and of course Westview being, you can tell that they're real disciplined.
Well, they had people around the ball carrier, and so they had a couple of people around, and we had a couple of people around, but we had one guy that was running away from the ball, and the other one had just pitched it, so they had people in motion going toward the ball, and it was just an easier recovery for them because they get on top of it and we give them a short field. So it'll be time for kickoff, and here's the kick. They had a man offsides. They didn't call it, and the ball is going to be taken inside the 5. Goes down the far sideline, breaks a couple of tackles as he gets out across the 15. But there was a guy that left way early over here, and that wasn't called. So, it's hard to complain about it because we've got so many that's gone our way.
Yeah.
But, when you say going your way, I mean, if they did it, they did it. It ain't necessarily going your way. They just got caught. But that one they didn't get caught on, and I'm sure we've probably done some stuff we hadn't got caught on yet. So Ripley will have the ball at their own 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, trailing 15-0 with 6:30 to go in the second.
Maybe we can get something going here, Mike.
I hope so.
I do too.
One wide to the left. Thompson takes a snap, hands it to his running back. He tries to go up the middle and might pick up a yard or two, but not much. Tough sledding up the gut. Now, we need more than 1 or 2 at a time. You can get 1 or 2 at a time if you don't like the 5 yards, but when you like 18 and 1s and 2s, don't hardly get it.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to take. We're going to have to go on to second half to come out with something.
Actually, according to the sticks, looks like he picked up about 8 because it's 2nd down and 11. So that was a good pickup.
You say 2nd down and 11?
That's what the stick shows over there. The ball is at the 19-yard line. 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9. Tigers send one wide to the right. And the quarterback takes it himself and goes off the left side for a short gain.
Barnes on the carry.
Or was that? They said Barnes, but I thought that was Thompson.
It was. There's number 7.
Yeah, 1 and 7. It's hard to differentiate those numbers from a long distance. So that picks up about 4. So it'll be. Well, we're gonna say it picks up. We picked up 3. So it'll be 3rd and 7. 5 minutes to go. Second quarter, Tigers trail 15-0. One wide to the right, wing to the right. Thompson takes a snap. He's going to run himself, going to the right. Starts inside, backs it outside, and he's going to be just creamed back behind the line. They tackle him back at about the 10-yard line, but I think his forward progress is going to be stopped. He's just none of our backs are really getting an opportunity to get in any space to make anything happen because we're it's not all the line. You got backs that are supposed to block. You got wide receivers that are supposed to block. So there's enough blame there to go around.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not carrying the ball, you're supposed to be blocking.
Right.
So I think it's going to be 4th down and about 9 for the Tigers. So punt unit will come on. Maybe we'll get another mishandled punt this time.
I've always said, you got 11 on one side, 11 on the other. You got a man covering.
Everybody gets somebody. Hat on a hat. All right, Maynard back to punt. And he gets the ball and gets a nice punt away. It's going to hit, and it kind of dies and goes backwards after it hits. But he gets it out to about the 43-yard line. So they'll still have a relatively short field to work with 4:15 to go until halftime. You know, I would, if I were Ripley, if I could go in at halftime, even if we don't score, if we can keep them from scoring and go in at halftime 15-0 and get the ball back to start the second half,
Yeah.
you know, that's encouraging.
Right,
You know, especially to a team that's 5-0 and have outscored their opponents something like 60-0. All right, here they come with 2 wide to the right. Man in motion, hand to the man in motion. He's trying to get outside. He's got some blocking. He's got some room. He's got one man.
Keep going.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Hurdle. Or is that Hurdle? No, that's number 8, I think.
That's number 4. That's Hurdle.
4, okay, it was Hurdle. But he gets down. He gets pushed out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. You know, when we go outside, it seems like everybody on the defense is out there with us. When they go outside, it seems like it's just wide open spaces.
Yeah.
And the difference in that is, as far as I can tell, of course, I'm not looking back at the game film and stuff like that, but it you know, is blocking. I mean, that's, you know, you can do some misdirection, some things that kind of trick the defense, but at the end of the day, the biggest part of it comes down to blocking.
Yeah.
All right, it is a 1st down. The ball is at the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 10.
Illegal participation, Ripley.
It's a penalty against us. Illegal substitution. And so they'll get 5 yards on that. So now they'll have the ball. Well, they'll have it at the 10. I thought that's kind of where they started. All right, here we go. 1 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. According to this, it's first. Okay, it's 1st and 5 from the 10. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it to his running back, and we almost have him in the backfield, and we get him down at the 5, and the flag comes out late. But we have him around the waist, and you know,
Just let go.
You know, I know he's slipping around, but if you got to put your head, your shoulder, or something on him, you can't reach out and try to tackle him with your hands. And you know, I know you can't always get in front of him and put a shoulder on him, but seemed like sometimes we could. All
Watching the back, Westview.
right, well, we got a break there. That should back them up 10. With 3:46 to go in the first half, Ripley trails 15-0 to Martin Westview, and the ball is going to be back at the, looks like the 19-yard line, where it will be 1st and about 13. 1 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Wide in motion from right goes to left, a jet sweep. He breaks a couple of tackles, breaks it back outside, and he's going to be brought down.
By Hurdle.
Yeah, that was a touchdown saving tackle too.
It was.
He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does get down to around the, looks like he's at the 11. So that'll be 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5.
1 wide to the left, to the right. Quarterback takes a snap. He's throwing it out, and it's complete. He's trying to get outside. He breaks a tackle and goes into the end zone. We had 2 men between him and the end zone, and he shakes one of them off, and it dodges the other one, and so now makes the score 21-0 with 3:04 to go in the first half.
Touchdown.
We are getting ready for the point after by Martin Westview. You know, it hasn't been a terrible game. It's been a non-effective offensive game for Ripley. The defense has played well. I mean, you know, of course, who knows what they will get, but you know, to hold them to 21 points in the first half, I mean, that's not a lot. It should have been 15, but at any rate, you know, we're playing them better defensively than a lot of the teams that have played. That extra point conversion is good to make the score 22-0. It says 21 on the scoreboard. At any rate, we'll be back in 30 seconds with the kickoff right after this. 3:04 to go in the first half. Ripley trails 22-0 after a touchdown and an extra point conversion. Ripley keeps giving them short fields to work with, and then you know, we've had opportunities to stop them before they've scored and to keep big plays or little plays to turn into big plays, but we're not making the one-on-one plays out there.
Right.
You know, I've always heard coaches say you can put them in position, but you can't make the play for them.
And something else too, I've noticed that, you know, during the games, especially on defense for the Tigers, we allow the runner or the receiver to come to us instead of us going to him. You can't do that. You got to go to them.
You got to take the fight to them.
Number 16.
All right, Ripley will have
Johnson and number
2 back
7, Thompson.
deep.
Number 1, Barnes.
Barnes and Thompson stand back deep at around 1 at the 5, 1 at the 10. And here's the kick. They had another man, the same man left early again. And they got a guy, but we mishandled the ball at the 5. And he picks it up and he's going to cross the 10 and get out to about the 12, 13 where he's just covered up. You know, we're trying to run before we pick the ball up. I mean, you know, I guess he had it, thought he had it secured and started running and found out it wasn't with him, so he had to go back and get it. So we've got 2:56 to go. Ripley will have the ball at their own about 13-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing by 22.
One thing I noticed about the Westview Chargers, when they practice, you can tell that they just don't practice. You can tell that they go through it with everything that they've got.
Yeah, you get out of it what you put in it. Ripley will send 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Barnes stands to Thompson's left. Thompson puts a man in motion, hands it to him. He starts outside and then tries to cut it back up the middle and just runs into a crowd and maybe picks up a yard. No, I
don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. It said he was at the 12, and I think it looks like we lost a yard.
Number 8, Malik Smith.
So he loses a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 11.
2nd and 11.
And 2:29 to go and counting in the first quarter.
I mean, Westview doing a great job of closing in the gaps.
I mean, they're hustling to the ball and fighting off blocks. All right, 2 wide left, 2 wide to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it to his running back. Barnes trying to get outside on the right side.
He stopped.
And we can't get back to the line of scrimmage. They just string it out until we run out of real estate. And they catch him behind the line. And our offense is just not clicking. That's like the easiest thing you can say right now. Westview takes a timeout. We'll hold it here with only 2 minutes to go until halftime.
Next week we travel to Scotts Hill to take on the Scotts Hill. I don't know what the mascot is, but anyway.
I used to know. I forgot.
Everybody, if you can travel, I know it's a long way, but we need the support for the Ripley Tigers.
Hey, do like we do. Stop and find you a good place to eat somewhere on the way.
Yeah.
I want to, while we've got just a minute, go over our 2024 Ripley High School cheerleaders. The captains are Aisha Body and Rhett White. Coach Bailey Ream is the coach. The rest of the cheerleaders are Lanny Woodard, Alyssa Boyd, Linda Burham, Cheyenne Houston, Allie Henderson, Julia Manley, Kelly Pittman, Dariana Robbins, Reagan Conrad, Emma Heath, Carly Hutchins, Zoe Latham, Emerson Payton, Briley Ray, Taylor Ray Burks, Maddie Carter, Keegan Gaines, Lexi Latham, and Kaylin Perkins. Congratulations to the Ripley High School cheerleaders. They do a great job this year and every year.
Yes, they do. Coach T got us Westview 23.
All right, 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. And they fake it to him, and we're going to run it himself to the right. And we pick up about 5-6 yards, but just barely do get back inside the sticks. It's going to bring up 4th and about 9 for Ripley. And that was Austin Thompson. He faked the jet sweep and carried it himself, kind of almost I wouldn't call it a bootleg, but kind of like a naked bootleg back to the other side. And there's a timeout taken again.
I got a score update.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, Hall, Tennessee 12, Fayette Academy 7.
Good game.
Yeah, they got, on here, they got Westview 23, Ripley 0. It's actually 22-0.
Yeah, they need to take that point off.
Yeah, we don't need to give them no more than the ones they deserve.
Absolutely.
Well, now, let me ask you a question. Are you impressed with Martin Westview? With their offense? I'm impressed more with their defense than I am offense.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to show us that much on offense. One reason, because it's wet, and the other reason, and they have thrown a couple of deep balls, and we did a good job defending them. But you know, at this point, they don't have to throw the ball.
No, I mean they still got Kelvin and Dyersburg coming up to play, and I would really love to see that game between them and Dyersburg or Covington.
Who?
Westview.
Oh yeah. All right, Ripley is going to punt the ball away. It's going to be 4th down and about 8. Maynard's going to stand back at about his 2-yard line. They come after it, and they got it. And they're going to recover it in the end zone for a touchdown. And, you know, they showed that they were coming after it. They had one man back deep. Everybody was on the line. And, you know, I think Maynard did all he could do.
Yeah, he
You know,
did.
they're on you when you get the ball and you get ready to kick it, and there's already 3 people in your face. No choice. So that's going to make the score 28-0, as we've given up 2 touchdowns. I mean,
Within the 5-yard line.
yeah, 2 touchdowns though within, I don't know, 30 seconds or something like that off the clock. Well, no, we did run 3 plays, so maybe a minute. Hit a couple of timeouts. They kicked the extra point.
Good.
It is good with 1:51 to go. All right, now the score's, you know, kind of getting, I mean, we're still holding them better than some of the teams have, but 29-0 is not a good score for halftime to be trailing by.
No, but we still got a minute and 51 seconds left at halftime.
Yeah, hopefully we can score. We get the ball back one more time anyway.
Well,
So we get ready to receive the kickoff.
like I say, there's a lot of things that play into the score too, Mike. When you got your main quarterback out, and you got one of your running backs out, and of course we had a player to quit who was number 1 in West Tennessee in the linebacker position. You know that affects stuff, and so you have to take an underclassman and put him in those positions to play the spot, which is good that he's getting some workout. But all you can say right now for the Tigers is that I believe Pun and them is working as hard as they can with them boys, the coaches, and it's just growing pains. All I can say.
Yeah, you know, we got to play better.
Yeah, we got to play a
You know,
lot better.
I think the coaches are doing. I think they're doing their part. You know, as I've always heard, you can put them in position, but you can't make the play for them. You still got to make your own play. And they had a man offsides again, no call, and that ball is going to be taken at about the 2-yard line again. Going to pick it up, and he breaks it out, and he fumbles the ball. And fortunately, we get back on it at about the 22 or 3-yard line as he fumbles the ball forward. I didn't see who.
Barnes on the return.
They said Barnes, okay. And he hit and fumbled the ball forward, and we got greasy hands tonight. I know it's wet, but we shouldn't be
both sides of the ball.
We shouldn't be the only one fumbling the ball.
Right. Well, now they've had some mishandles with the ball too.
They have.
Westview has.
Just seems I don't guess it's legal anymore. When I was in high school, we used to have this stuff called Stickum. You could spray on your hands, and you know, it was mainly used to put pre-tape on.
Blocking the back.
Blocking the back on the Tigers.
Yeah. Well,
That backs us up to the 10-yard line.
well, they actually. Yeah. Well, did we get a first down? No. Okay. All right. No, it is first down off the kickoff and a block in the back, and so that puts us at 1st and 10, back at the about 11-yard line.
Well, not.
142.
They backed it up to the 9-yard line.
Yep, they sure did. They went back across it. All right. And so I don't know. Okay, now they're moving the sticks for the first down markers. All right, 1st and 10 from the 9. 1:42 to go in the half. Ripley trails 29-0. Thompson takes a snap, hands the ball to his running back. He goes in off the right tackle, but he just runs into a brick wall. And you know, at this point, I'm saying run the clock out, get into halftime, try to make some adjustments, get the ball to start the second half. and, you know, try to get some things going in the second half, because at this point, to me, you just need to stop the bleeding.
Well, you can coach a kid all day long and all week long, but we're not getting any blocks at all on the right side or the left side, and you can get nothing up the middle. So the offense has to do a better job of making them holes.
2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Man in motion from right to left. And Thompson's going to take it himself and go off left, right tackle and fall forward and twist. And he's working hard, but he only picks up a couple. Maybe one, according to the stick.
It's
3rd down and 9 with only 30 seconds to go, but it's 30. Let's see. Yeah, we'll have to snap the ball one more time before this half to end, because there is about 3 seconds difference between the play clock and the game clock. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9 for Ripley. They've got the ball at their own 10-yard line, just needing to hold on to the ball here, don't fumble, and go into halftime and let the coaches make their adjustments, see what we can do in the second half. And hand the ball to the running back, and he goes off the right side, and
That's it.
he is down. And so at the end of the first half here from Martin Westview, the Ripley Tigers trail the Martin Westview Chargers 29-0. So stay tuned. We'll be back with the second half in a few minutes. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Ready to kick off now. The Westview Chargers to start this second half. They will kick off. Ripley will get the ball first in the second half, trailing the Westview Chargers by 29. The score 29-0 here at the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, hopefully the Tigers made some adjustments in halftime. Maybe we can put some couple points on the board.
We get the ball first, so we definitely need to do something with it. We need to be nice to get a good return, but we don't need to start out with 1st and 15 or 20 or mishandle the ball on first down. All right, Westview to kick off. And they got another man that went offsides again, and the ball is going to be taken at about the 11-yard line. We mishandle it, and it goes out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, and that's where we'll have it again. We can't get out of our own way sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think every kick that they've kicked to us has been a fumble.
Yeah, they haven't handled any of them cleanly. And I know it's wet. I know you're going to make some mistakes no matter how hard you try, but it just seems like we're making more of them than they are.
Yeah, I've never seen the Tigers make this many mistakes, even if it is raining.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Ripley at their own 10-yard line to start the first offensive drive of the second half, trailing 29-0. And again, like we talked about in the first half, I think the coaches are doing everything they can do and everything they know to do. You know, players just got to make plays.
Yes.
That's the reason they call them players. All right, 2 wide to either side for the Tigers. Thompson puts a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, trying to get outside this way. And he had a little bit of a hole there right outside of the left end, but they close it in quickly after a gain of 2. It'll make it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, I mean, Barnes is running hard. He just, Westview just doing a good job of closing that gap.
So 11:30 to go, third quarter, Ripley trails 29-0. It's 2nd down and 8. Ripley has the ball at their own 12-yard line. First offensive series of the second half. Ripley sends 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Barnes in the backfield with Thompson. Thompson takes it. He hands it off to the running back, and they're going to get him for it looks like a face mask.
Yeah.
Because as he started around, I mean, they didn't have to do that. They were going to tackle him anyway pretty close, but they grabbed him by the face mask, kind of pulled his head around. So that should be an automatic 1st down and 15 yards for the Tigers. No, they called a holding against Ripley.
It's going against the Tigers.
Holding.
And it's declined.
On Ripley.
Well, they missed another one there.
Yeah. Well, you know, like we always say, you go to another place to usually get some home cooking, but...
Well, so in the first half, I thought the referees did a,
fair
pretty.
job. Yeah.
But I mean, they've missed every time, or at least twice. I know they've kicked off. I'd like to watch this back on Tiger TV, but it looked to me like they had a man second or third from the end on this side, the home side, that was leaving a little bit early every time. All right, the Tigers will send 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. AT3 in the gun. Puts a man in motion. Takes a snap. Hands it to a running back going back the other way, and they're going to get him, and he fumbles into the end zone. But I think they're going to say he was down before he got before the ball was fumbled. But we're going to be down.
Barnes on the carry, hit first, by number 55. Tyler Scott.
Well, they must have got him.
Yeah, they stopped his forward progress at the 5. So it's going to be 4th down and 15, or 4th down and 14, as this time Maynard's going to stand back at the back of the end zone to get this ball away. And again, they've got everybody up, only one back, so people up front got to block and give him some opportunity to get the ball away. Here they come. And he does get it away. He does a good job of getting it away and gets a good punt, a fairly good punt away. And it bounces out of bounds about the they keep walking it
25.
back. 25, and he punted from the back. So, still about a 35-yard punt from where he punted it from, which is not terrible yards. It's just that you were punting from the back of your end zone.
Yeah, and the bad thing about it, it don't take them about 2 or 3 plays to get in the end zone.
Yep, that's the way the first half has been.
Yeah, our defense has played pretty good,
Yeah, pretty good at times, but, we've given up 29 points, so I guess that's kind of subjective. Okay, and they take the ball. The quarterback does hand it to his running back, trying to get outside on the right. He breaks a tackle, breaks a second tackle. He's going to go all the way into the end zone with 9:51 to go in the third quarter. The score is now 35-0, and we should be getting about ready for the mercy rule.
I think the mercy rule starts at 35.
And we've got a Tiger down at about the 25-yard line. And I see a flag down, too, at the 15. So maybe that'll come back.
Their field looks to me almost just like carpet. Well, I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful field.
Oh, it's, yeah. I mean, the turf like everybody around us has got pretty much.
We don't have one at Ripley that's got a big old tiger out there right in the middle of it.
Well, that's what they've got out here is a skyhawk in the middle. Yes, we'll try to get this player's number.
Well, it's going against Westview.
Yeah, you're right. They're going to mark it off 10.
Blocking the back, Westview.
Sportsmanlike conduct against Ripley.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, Ripley.
So they're going to mark it off 10 against them and 15 against us. So basically, they gained 5 yards out of it. All right, they put the ball down at the 14-yard line.
You remember the old saying, 1 step forward, 2 steps back?
I do.
That's been us all night. I want to say that Thompson that's down on the ground, Mike, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't know why he would be all the way back here, but I didn't see what happened on the play, so don't know who it was or why they were there. We'll give it just a second to see if he's able to get up quickly. If not, then we'll take a break and give them time. But hopefully, whoever it is okay. That's one of the main things we want is for everybody to come out of this without injury tonight for both teams.
Next week we go to Scotts Hill. We need that. It's going to be a beautiful day. We need everybody to come and support the Tigers.
Yeah, make up for it because we're away this week, away next week. The next week is open date, and the next week is away again before we come back for the last 2 games at home, which is going to be against Covington and Dyersburg.
Yes.
So come and because we won't be back for a month in Ripley playing at home, so come out and try to support the Tigers on the road. And that is
number 7.
AT3, and I'm not sure what happened to him, but it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line for Westview.
Looks like he's gingerly walking off on that left foot.
Yeah, he was kind of hopping on it to start the second half when he came back out. Hopefully he'll be able to come back because we're at our second team quarterback now, and I don't know who the third one is.
Well,
All right, 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line for the Chargers, and they lead Ripley 29-0. They send 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right, wing to the right. Simpson in the gun. Takes a snap, hands it to his running back. And he's going off the right side and turns up and goes into the end zone with 9:45 to go. Just takes them 1 play to get those 14 yards. And they go into the end zone to make the score now 35-0 as we get ready for the point after. You know, we played them a real good first quarter.
we did.
Couldn't get any offense going, but our defense did really well. But our defense is kind of ground down now. We're just not playing as good a football now as we did earlier in the game. Even the defense.
Well, when you're playing a game against a caliber team like Westview and it's 35-0, you start to get down on yourself. And the kids,
Marker on the field.
I mean, we've got some work to
Unsportsmanlike
do.
conduct, Westview.
But I mean, that's why you play the game.
So it was unsportsmanlike conduct on Westview on the touchdowns. So I guess that will be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah.
As they're getting ready for their point after to make it 36-0 if it's successful. Here's a high snap, hold, kick up, and good. So with 9:45 to go in the third quarter, Westview on top of Ripley, 35-0. And we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. We are ready for the kickoff as Martin Westview opens up the score now 36-0 as they get ready to kick off for the Tigers. Unsportsmanlike conduct. I didn't see what that was. Must have been some kind of taunting or something after the touchdown. So they're going to back them up 15 yards, and they'll be kicking from the 25-yard line as opposed to the 40. So hopefully we can not mishandle this ball and get some decent field position on this drive.
Yeah, hopefully we can drive the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to knock that goose egg off for sure. And it's going to be interesting to see who comes in at quarterback if AT3 is not able to. Now Ripley will have their deep back standing back at about the 25 and 20-yard line. They're kicking from the far hash mark, again after an unsportsmanlike conduct call on the touchdown. They're kicking from their own 25. And here's the kick, and it's a squibbler, and we mishandle it, but, well, we actually don't mishandle it. We just cradle it and roll on the ground and down it, which gives us good field position, but right. I think he could have had, 5 or 10 yards in front of him. But anyway, it's still one of the best field positions we've had in this game. So we're going to be starting at about our own 37-yard line.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. That's the best fieldage we've had as far as on offense.
Yeah, on the kickoff. So it'll be at the right to 37-yard line. 38, we'll call it 38, is what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, the clock's steady running.
Yeah, we're go under 9 minutes. Tigers send 2 wide to either side. And number 5 comes in at quarterback.
Let's see who that is. That is Theus. He's a sophomore.
All right. He takes a snap. Hands it to running back, and they mishandled it.
And they got it.
They did. He put it in. It looked to me like he put it in Barnes. Maybe he didn't put it in far enough, but he took a step or two before he turned it over. And so just like that, the Tigers are put the Chargers right back in business as it's just falling apart.
Yeah, it's just, at this point, it's really disappointing. But the Tigers can play better ball than this.
Yeah, I mean, they can play better ball than what they've played pretty much all year. I know they've got much more potential than they've shown here because the quarterback's going to throw a long pass, got a man wide open, and he is going to break the first tackle, second, and he's going to score on the first play. And he was down there by himself, 20 yards with nobody around him, and has to come back and catch the ball. It wasn't like it was a great catch. Then we got 2 men between him and the goal line, and he just gets between both of them, and so now makes the score 42-0 as they get ready for the point after. And you can tell this game is going to be over pretty quickly because the announcer is announcing that they're selling hot dogs, hamburgers, stuff like that for 99 cents a piece.
We ought to get us
Yeah, definitely. If I wasn't so full of fish, I would. And the point after is good. It just barely goes over, but it goes over. When things are going right for you, they go right. When they're going wrong, they go wrong. But with 8:04 to go in this game, Ripley trails 43-0 as they get ready to go back and receive the kickoff again. Like I said, like we were talking about a few minutes ago, we got the ball 1st and 10, had one of the best field positions we've had, and we bring in, another quarterback, and I don't know if it was the mesh between the quarterback and the running back, but it looked like it was in there, and maybe he took a step or two and the ball came out, but may not have been all the way in there. When you watch college and pros and even high school, where you've got a starting quarterback that's been doing it, and running backs have played together for seasons, they make it look easy. The same thing with the snap between the quarterback and the center. When you're good at it, you make it look easy. But it's not as, you only make it look easy because they're good at it.
Well, I'm going to tell you my thoughts.
Tell me, Hoss.
I think when it gets to a certain score, the ball game should be over with, because there's no way that they could come back and win the ball game, no matter if it's in this game or what game that they play. If it gets to 35-0, or like it is here, 43-0, that ball game just needs to be called.
Well, I tell you one of the reasons they don't do that, and I don't say I necessarily disagree with you, but that team that's doing so well, they want those stats. Their running back wants the extra 100 yards. Here's the kick, and it's going to just let it go. And it does. It goes through the end zone. But, the quarterback wants the yards passing and the touchdowns, and the running backs wants to get those extra yards because that makes them may put them over 1,000 yards for the year. For example, like Covington tonight, they're not playing, and I guarantee you they wanted to play because their quarterback wanted to complete more passes, their running backs wanted to get more yards and score more touchdowns, the receivers wanted to catch more, the defensive wanted more tackles, and
and the thing about that, but then we're fairly counseling. I mean, in a way, it could work on the positive side for Covington, because if they have somebody that's hurt or injured, that gives them an extra week to get better.
Yeah, I don't think they would have used them anyway.
No, I don't think they would either.
All right, here we go again, Ripley. I think Thompson is back in, 2 wide to either side. In the gun, takes a snap, hands it to running back Barnes. He tries to get outside, and he's wrapped up about a yard behind the line of scrimmage trying to get out on the right side, and he's going to lose about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and about 11 from the 20-yard line.
Have we attempted a pass? Maybe twice, I think.
I know at least once. .640 to go in this game, 43-0. The Chargers over the Tigers. Tigers send 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Thompson takes a snap. He hands it to his running back. Trying to get outside, cuts it back to the inside. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Might have gained a yard.
We got a Ripley player going in, number 8 for the Tigers, going into the locker room.
I didn't see him.
That's him.
All right, 6 minutes to go in the game. Ripley has the ball, 2nd and 10 at their own 20-yard line, and there's a penalty, 5-yard penalty. I didn't see the indication of what it was, but it's going to make it. That's going to make it 2nd down and about 7. So we must have been a couple of yards behind the sticks. I didn't see the indication of what the penalty was.
I didn't see what happened.
And the referees are going to go to the sideline and talk to the side judge. Not sure what all that's about.
Next week, Scotts Hill, come out and support the Tigers.
That's right. Come out. We need to go to Scotts Hill and come back with a win.
Yes.
You know, because the next week is fall break, so go out on the positive.
Yep.
And maybe come back with a better plan for the last 3 games. 2 wide, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback takes the center, takes the ball, hands it to his running back, and he goes up the middle for some decent yards, about 3-4 yards going up the middle. It's going to bring it third and about, I guess, they're 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4.
So the ball is at the 27-yard line. 5 minutes to go in this game. Again, Westview 43, Ripley 0.
You know, Thompson ain't out there. That's still number 5.
It's either 1 or I think 1's at quarterback or 5 or
One?
I don't think it's. Hey, we'll see. Here it is. The quarterback hands the ball to the running back, trying to get outside on the right-hand side. Breaks a tackle and goes down the far sideline and pushed out of bounds at about the 40. You're right. It is number 5. He just turned his back where I could see it. But that's a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
That's Jamari Jarrett with that big run. He's a junior. We're going to need him next year.
Absolutely.
Which we got a lot of great players coming back next year. I tell you someone that I'm impressed with. I think he gets a lot of playing time next year. That big chicken.
He's getting a lot this year, too.
Yeah, he is.
But that'll move the sticks. I believe this is Ripley's first down of the game that they've gotten, and we're under 4 minutes to go. And it must be a penalty on top of it, too.
Wow, that's a 15-yard one.
Yeah, I didn't see the indication of what it is, but it moves the ball across the 50-yard line to the 48. So, again, the Ripley Tigers have a Farm Bureau Insurance for Ripley Tiger first down. With 3:40 to go in the game, Ripley trails 43-0. 3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, hand it to the running back, trying to get outside. He's wrapped up in the backfield before he can even get to the line. Going to lose 4 or 5 yards. Number 5. You're right. He is still in at quarterback, and doing a pretty decent job. I mean, that first snap when he came in, it was mishandled, but so far so good since he came back in the second time.
He's sophomore.
What's his name?
His name is Jazrion Theus.
Okay, Theus. Yeah. He's
a quarterback and wide receiver. So most likely he'll be the one that'll be taking the handoff next season for the Tigers. He's a good-sized kid. I mean, he's tall.
Yeah. Well, we're down to 2:40 to go in the game. Ripley has the ball, 2nd down and 14 at the 48-yard line. They're on 48. Put the man in motion.
With the flag.
Flag comes out, and I think it's going to be against Ripley.
Yep.
They're going to mark it off. I don't know if it was
offsides, I believe.
Okay. So that'd back it up 5 more yards. Just, we just keep making those mental mistakes.
Delay a game, Ripley.
Delay a game. Well,
delay a game.
So we're down to 2 minutes. Ripley 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Puts a man in motion. Quarterback has to go down on the ground, and he hands it to Barnes, and as soon as it was kind of a low handoff, a low snap and a low handoff, and they were there just about the time that the exchange between the quarterback and the center, and they bring him down behind the line of scrimmage again, and he's going to lose back to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, it's 3rd down and 22.
Yeah, from the 38 with 1:30 to go in the game. We've got 20-something seconds left on the play clock. I'd use every second of it for this play and the next one too, and try to not give them an opportunity to get back on offense, or at least not have but one play.
Yeah. If they don't hurry up, they're going to get another delay game.
Yeah, you're right. They may be doing that and go call timeout when it gets down, and that's what they do. They wait till it gets down. They waited till it got down to 4. I think I'd have waited till it got down to 1. At any rate, when play resumes, it's going to be 3rd down and 22 from the Tigers' own 38-yard line with 1:14 seconds to go in the game. Ripley trailing 43-0. Halls was ahead, I think 12-7 at half last I saw.
Yeah, it's what it is now.
Still halftime score?
Well, that's what they got on Coach T. I mean, I'm sure they started back by now, but I want to say something while they come back on the field. We need to, everybody that can, say a prayer for the people up in Newport, Tennessee, and in the surrounding Tennessee area.
And Florida.
Yeah, in Florida, because them people are really going through a hard time right now.
Yeah, this weather has affected a lot of people.
Yeah, I think I read a while ago from Doug Cherry, 46 casualties so far.
All right, it's going to be 3rd and 22 for the Tigers. They'll have 2 wide to either side. Quarterback in the gun. Running back stands to his right. And he's just going to run it himself. And he can't get to the line of scrimmage before 3 or 4 Chargers bring him down. So we've got 40 seconds now. We've still got, now for 39 seconds, so we've got 1:01 to go in the game. So we snapped the ball. We'll have to snap it. And
We got a hurt player for the Tigers.
okay, that'll stop the clock momentarily. And, you know, I don't know for 4th down, I don't know if I'd.
That's number 5 is down on the ground, quarterback.
Wow.
I don't,
We've already lost 2 quarterbacks.
do we have a 4th one?
I don't know. You know, the first one's not here, the second one got hurt, the third one, he's going to have to come out for at least a play.
Yeah.
But it's 4th down, so I guess we'd be punting anyway. So the punt team comes on, so I guess if it had to happen, that was about the best time for it to happen.
Yeah, we're just not getting the blocks that we need.
Our offense just hasn't clicked this year. I know we scored a lot of points last week, but you know, a lot of it was just because our athleticism. It wasn't because we had long, sustained drives. And I know that's what Coach Garner and his staff, you know, really want to see the Tigers put in. Maynard to punt the ball. It's a good punt away. We still had 13 seconds on the play clock. I'd have let that run. And so it's going to be 46 seconds left. Well, the clock is continuing to run. So I don't know if they'll have to snap the ball or not. I don't think they will. They may just be satisfied to let the clock run out and end this game, and the Chargers will advance to 6-0 along with Covington, and the Tigers will drop to 2-4.
Yeah, we Alcoa in 3A is ranked number 1. Nashville East is ranked number 2 in 3A, and Covington number 3.
And Westview's 4.
Westview 4, and Dyersburg is
I think they're 8 or something like that.
Yeah, 8, something like that.
All right, 12 seconds left on the clock. For whatever reason, it stopped.
They're just going to let it run out.
Well, the clock stopped.
It stopped, though.
I think somebody called a timeout. I guess it was Ripley. I can't imagine.
Ripley.
If that's it, I think that's their last time out.
Yeah, ain't 12 seconds left. I don't know where we'd need another one at.
I don't think we're going to need another no way.
Yeah, hopefully we won't even have to snap the ball here. But anyway, as Crazy Horse mentioned, come out next Friday night, travel to Scotts Hill and help support the Ripley High School Tigers. Disappointing game tonight, but they're still kids. They're still our kids. They're still Ripley kids, and they're still the future leaders of Ripley and
Yes.
wherever they go. So we need to still support these kids and be out and support them. We wanted to be supported when we were playing. We wanted our kids to be supported when they're playing, and we need to support these kids. And let's just do everything we can to support them and try to move forward and build on a brighter week. Hopefully next week will be that. All right, they are going to snap the ball one time. Quarterback's going to hand the ball to the running back. He's going to get outside on the right side. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to be off to the races.
He's gone.
One player left, and he gets him.
And that was hard. He tripped him.
Yeah, he did. He did. And that was the last play of the game, and he got all the way down to the 24-yard line.
First down.
And it says they're first down, but that's the game. The clock's run out.
First quarter, third quarter.
Well, the announcer said it was the end of the third quarter. But that's not correct. But all right. Well, next Friday night again, the Tigers will travel to Scotts Hill and try to improve up on their record.
Yes.
Be sure to come out and support the Ripley High School Tigers.
Well, I want to say something too, I mentioned earlier how good the coaches are working hard with the kids. But what a lot of people don't understand, really, Pun didn't get the head coaching job until I think after spring break.
During spring practice.
During spring practice, and so in his defense, he hasn't had a whole year as head coach with his kids. And so I think you give him another year.
You know what? I think we got a quarter ahead of ourselves.
Why? It's fourth quarter.
Yeah, but it's at 12. They've got 12 minutes on the clock, like it's the beginning of the fourth quarter.
It is, ain't it?
Yeah, I guess it is. I thought it was the end of the fourth quarter.
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, I was hoping that was it. 43-0. I was hoping that was the last play of the game, but I got my quarters mixed up because I knew it was a running clock, and I knew it was going fast, but that would have been pretty fast. I guess that would have been a little too fast. But my apologies. We've got 12 minutes. Got one more quarter left to play. 43-0. Westview has 3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. They've got a different quarterback in now. He takes a snap, hands it to the running back, and we catch him behind the line of scrimmage for about 4-yard loss. Again, I got like I said, I was looking and I thought the scoreboard said fourth, but evidently I misread it, or it said fourth through the third. So, and I saw the people next door to us, they turned the lights out and they left. So I thought the game was over. So we've still got 11 minutes and 30 seconds to play in this game. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, hand it to his running back. He's got some room. He breaks a couple of tackles, bounces off a couple of more, comes back across the field, and we miss 1 tackle, miss 2 tackles, and he goes into the end zone. And I just can't understand why we can't get hands on them. And they started off one way, cut all the way back across, and I don't know how hard we're trying. It seems like sometimes we're just not trying hard enough. And as much as we bragged on the defense all year, not tonight.
Well, right now they got it as the final. Ripley Westview 43 and Ripley 0. They got that as the final, but the game ain't over yet.
I must not have been the only one confused.
Well, now that scoreboard is kind of hard to figure out.
But all right, they're going for the point after with a score 49-0 and a blocked. It is blocked. So at least somebody out there hadn't given up. They're still trying. So Ripley will get the ball back with 10 minutes to go in this game, trailing 49-0. It'd just be nice now to save a little face and at least knock that goose egg off.
Yeah. I mean, the kids are. There's no excuse for not tackling. That's something that you work on in practice.
Something you should have been working on since you were in the 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah, but
I know it's a lot easier said than done.
it is.
And I've made my share of mistakes out on the football field too. But I don't know that I've seen that many people make that many mistakes that close together that often. And I know we're playing a quality opponent. You get beat by a quality opponent and you're playing good and they're playing better, hey, you just won. But when we're playing bad and they're playing good, that's just you can't save much face there.
Well, and when you got a team that's as disciplined as Westview is, because they're going to capitalize on your mistakes.
Absolutely, that's what a good team does. That's how Crockett beat us, and that's how Southside beat us, and whoever played in Game 3. So it was Southside,
Bolivar.
Crockett, and Bolivar, yeah.
Bolivar beat McNary last night 26-14.
Speaking off for Westview.
So it looks like they're being 4th place in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If things hold.
All right, Westview to kick the ball off. 8:55 to go. 4th quarter. 49-0. Ripley's going to take the ball at the 15, across the 20, the 25. Trying to get outside. He breaks a couple of tackles and gets to the 30. That was number 15. I think that's C.J. Johnson. He's one of those kids. I don't think it's right on your roster.
Okay, well, here it says Dylan Parrish, and I know Dylan, not playing, because I know Dylan.
Yeah, that's C.J. Johnson. I think he and Caldwell are 2 baseball players that just came out this year, their senior year, to play, and you can tell that they're very athletic. And he got a good run back, so Ripley has the ball at their own 30-yard line, trailing 49-0 with 8 minutes to go in this game.
I don't see his name on the roster, but
He may have come out late. I'm not sure. All right, 3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Quarterback in the gun. takes a snap and hands it off to number 31. He can't get back to the line of scrimmage. And it was a little bit of a low snap. And, it's just the timing's not there, between a new quarterback.
Really a new center.
Yeah, and the quarterback, this is like the number 3 quarterback. So, he don't get a lot of reps in practice. So, he's doing the best he can, I'm sure. And he and all of them will get better. Looking forward to, what comes back next year and see how much they can improve upon what they've done this year, going into next year with a full off season, like you said, working with Coach Garner for a whole year. All right, 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, hands it off to his running back, starts inside, breaks it outside, trying to get outside, can't get the edge. He's going to lose about 4 yards back to the 15-yard line.
Just no blocking for him.
Nowhere to go.
And
that's one thing that I have noticed. If you watch when Westview runs outside, I always mention it seems like they have a lot of green grass. But if you look downfield, you'll see why, because their wideouts are blocking the defensive backs, and they're just got a man on a man, and we just don't do that. We've got an injured player down. Like I said, I know we're not blocking, but I can't put it all on the offensive line because like I said, the running backs have got to block, wide receivers got to block. If you're not carrying the ball, you're supposed to be blocking.
Right.
So there it looks like, I'm not sure who that is down.
I thought it was number 1, but I ain't sure.
If it is, that would be Barnes. And looks like they're still attending to him. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Clock is stopped with 6:39 to go in the game. Ripley trails Westview 49-0. It'll be 3rd down and 12 when play resumes. Ripley will have the ball at their own about 27-yard line. So he's still on the ground. I'll tell you what, we'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back right after this. We are back. It's 6 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in this game. The Chargers are up 49-0 over the Tigers. The Tigers have an injured player, and not sure what's wrong with him, but I'm thinking that they're waiting on an ambulance. They have covered him up with like a rubber sheet to keep him dry. They put a tent topper over him. The Westview football team went over to the Ripley football team was down on the knee. Westview went over to them and kind of consoled them, which I thought was a great show, a lot of sportsmanship. But I think it appears that they have just already went ahead and called the game. It was, and as to your point earlier, Crazy Horse, this is one of the downsides of playing the game after it gets out of hand, because you get somebody hurt that for no reason for the most part. But that looks like that. Yeah, that was going to be and was the last play of the ball game. So with about 6 minutes, they've already turned off the scoreboard now. But about 6:39 was left in the game. Ripley had an injured player. They're still trying to assess him, and I guess wait on an ambulance. And so they just went ahead and called the game at this point. So the final score here, they've turned it off. What was it?
49-0.
49-0. They've turned the scoreboard off. So the final score here from Martin is Martin Westview 49, Ripley 0. Hopefully the Tiger player, whoever that is, I'm not sure who it was, will be okay. I do see the ambulance now en route. Yeah. So again, that is going to be the final score here from Martin Westview. Martin Westview 49, Ripley 0. Martin Westview improves their record to 6-0. Ripley drops to 2-4. And so be sure to come out next Friday night. Make the way over to Scotts Hill to watch the Ripley Tigers and support them. If not, you can always catch us right here. That's going to do it for this football game tonight. So hope everyone has a great weekend. Have safe travels. Good night and God bless.